I am Mightykeef.
All right, let's see if I can. Oh, hold on. What's this? Oh my. This game is looking mighty 10 out of 10-ish. Yo, Keith, did you hear what happened to CDPR? Yeah, what happened? They just came out with an apology video for that messy ass launch. An apology? For what? This game's a 10 out of 10. You're weird! Correct! It's true. CDPR last night came out with their own apology video. They decided to finally be as transparent as I guess they can at the time. There were some unanswered questions. I'm not gonna show the whole video. It's like a 5-minute video. By now you've probably already watched it. If you haven't, you can go to CDPR's YouTube channel. They'll have it up there. But I would like to go over some of the points, you know what I'm saying? Just to give my opinions. I mean, like a normal apology video, they started with the humming and the humming, and like normally you're just sighing and guys, I messed up. This was me. And that's good. You should take responsibility for what happened. The gentleman, oh God, now I forgot his name. Marcin Iniwiski. He's like the co-founder of CDPR, and he's putting all the responsibility on him. Or the irresponsibility on him, saying that he messed up, and that's just pretty much it. It was on him and the board, and it had nothing to do with the development team, et cetera, which we kind of already knew. All right, these guys make quality games, right? We're not gonna blame the people who actually made the game, okay? Because they don't have the say-sos. It's usually the higher-ups, right? And it's usually them who mess things up, and that's what happened. They messed up launching this game before it should have came out. He does go and talk about how he was happy with the PC launch, which I guess, I mean, depending upon what kind of PC you have, that could be a good or bad. And that doesn't just mean if you have the top of the line PC, you're automatically gonna have the greatest performance, because graphics cards, some games can be optimized for specific graphic cards, which is why, for me, I had a 1080 Ti, which is outdated, and I had no performance issues, right? But then you'll have people who have like 3070s who had performance issues, which they shouldn't, but it's very possible the game just was not optimized for those higher end graphics cards. I don't know, that's just how it is. They were talking about how they had a great launch for PC, but not a great launch for console, obviously. They mentioned a few times that they did do QA testing, and in their QA testing, they did not have like the bugs, or it did not look anything like what it looked on launch day. I find that a little hard to believe, because how? There's no way you plugged this game into a base PS4 and played for any more than an hour and a half and said, yeah, this is it, Chief. There's no way. So I'm assuming, which would also be kind of grimy, I'm assuming when they say console, they meant they just tested this on Xbox Series X and PS5 and was like, oh, it looks pretty, sure, let's go with it, I'm not accepting that excuse just yet. Of course, they did mention that COVID had a hand in its development issues. The sickness that went around definitely caused a hindrance to many people, not just in the gaming community or gaming development. So I mean, obviously, yeah, you can, I mean, that's a no-brainer. COVID's obviously gonna have some issues with development and whatnot. But my thing is, if you know that's gonna happen, why not delay it, right? If they had told us that, hey, the investors are on our ass, we gotta, put it out now, I'd be like, all right, I get you, you can't, I mean, they provide the money for you to make the game, you wanna make them happy. Without them, I guess we don't get the game at all. But still, it's like, we just wanted a little bit more transparency on that part. They did mention, and this was kinda odd, they did mention old gen, as in like, old gen, PS4 and Xbox, having a little bit of responsibility for, they didn't directly say that, oh, because we had to put this game on PS4, it didn't look good, yada yada. But the way they were hinting it heavily implied that old gen was a big reason why it came out in the trash way it did, which is what I expected in the first place, which is why I said before they should have just scrapped the old gen and made this for new gen in 2022, right? Just came out with the game for its first time in like March or April of 2022. You know, give people time to get a new gen. So there's not much to say about it. You either believe them or you don't. At the end of the day, that's just kind of it. Looking at their track record, they've done well. You know, I believe that they will fix this game. They fixed games in the past, you know, and they became amazing. So based off track record, I can believe them. Who knows though? Oh, well, their stocks are going up, so I guess somebody believes in them. They're at like $18 a stock now, where they were like $16 a day or so ago. So after that apology, it went up a few dollars, maybe $1 or so. But that's it. That's kind of my opinion. I truly think that this game by the end of the year will be exactly what they wanted it to be, or at least 90% of what they wanted it to be. Because the more research I'm doing, I beat the game, by the way, and yes, I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. But there are times where you're completing a quest and you're like, this is weird. This abruptly ended. I feel like there was more to this, but it's not. And that's kind of the feeling I had throughout the whole game when doing some type of side quest or a main quest. It's like something will end abruptly, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I guess it'll just continue it later on in the story. And that just never happens, which leads me to believe there's a lot of cut content, more than I originally thought. Of the content I did receive, though, I did enjoy my time, but I'm interested to see what they're going to do. Oh, they brought a roadmap up. That's what I was forgetting. Roadmap did say that there's gonna be free DLC later. They said that the next gen console updates are gonna be later this year. So they don't really give dates, but I mean, it looks like it's gonna be in September. Oh, they also said that the big updates come in about 10 days, right? So near the end of January, and then even bigger updates coming in February. Now they did say that back in December, right? And they're still sticking to their guns, so we'll see how that is. Who knows? We'll see how that goes. We want to see the patch notes behind it, see what they did, because you never know what happens. I'm happy they did this. You know, they could have just said, nah, whatever. You know, we got your money. It's whatever. They made what, 13? They sold 13 million copies even after the refunds. They sold 13 million. They could have just said, I don't care anymore, whatever. And they're rich. But I get it. They shouldn't have put themselves in this position in the first place. So it's kind of hard to be like, oh, congratulations, you're fixing the mess that you already made. But you know, I usually judge people in their failures more so than their triumphs, because you don't really know a man's character until he fails. You don't really know how he's going to adapt or react to something until he is lost. So I like that they at least apologized and told us what's in the future. But what do you guys think? I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comments, all that stuff, all that jazz, and I'm gonna have a skit later on in the weekend. I already told y'all in the last video. Peace!
Boy, that's just crazy.